Before we begin with our look at the life and times of Elon Musk, why not hit the like and subscribe button? It sure would help us out a lot. Elon Reeve Musk is an entrepreneur and business magnate. He is the founder, CEO, and chief engineer at SpaceX, CEO and product architect of Tesla Incorporated. He's the founder of The Boring Company and co-founder of Neuralink and OpenAI. Musk is one of the richest people in the world. However, before we begin looking at where Elon Musk is now, we need to look back at where it all started. Elon Musk was born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa. His mother is May Musk, a model and dietitian born in Saskatchewan, Canada, but raised in South Africa. His father is Errol Musk, a South African electromechanical engineer, pilot, sailor, consultant, and property developer. Musk has a younger brother, Kimball, born in 1972, and a younger sister, Tosca, born in 1974. His maternal grandfather, Joshua Haldeman, was an American-born Canadian, and Musk has British and Pennsylvania Dutch ancestry. After his parents divorced in 1980, Musk mostly lived with his father in Pretoria and elsewhere, a choice he made 2 years after the divorce and subsequently regretted. Musk has become estranged from his father, whom he has described as a terrible human being. Almost every evil thing you could possibly think of, he has done, according to Elon Musk. He has a half-sister and a half-brother on his father's side. At age 10, Musk developed an interest in computing while using the Commodore VIC-20. He learned computer programming using a manual, and by age 12, he had sold the code of a basic-based video game he created called Blastar to PC and Office Technology magazine for approximately $500. An awkward and introverted child, Musk was bullied throughout his childhood. He attended Waterloo House Preparatory School and Branston High School before graduating from Pretoria Boys High School. Aware it would be easier to enter the United States from Canada, Musk applied for a Canadian passport through his Canadian-born mother. While awaiting the documentation, he attended the University of Pretoria for 5 months. This allowed Musk to avoid the mandatory service in the South African military. Arriving in Canada in June 1989, Musk failed to locate his great-uncle in Montreal and instead stayed at a youth hostel. He then traveled west to live with a second cousin in Saskatchewan. He stayed there for a year working odd jobs at a farm and a lumber mill. In 1990, Musk entered Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. 2 years later, he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania. He graduated in 1997 with a Bachelor's of Science degree in economics from the Wharton School and a Bachelor of Arts degree in physics. In 1994, Musk held 2 internships in Silicon Valley during the summer at an energy storage startup called Pinnacle Research Institute and at the Palo Alto-based startup Rocket Science Games. In 1995, Musk was accepted to a PhD program in energy physics, material science at Stanford University in California. Musk attempted to get a job at Netscape but never received a response to his inquiries. He dropped out of Stanford after 2 days, deciding instead to join the internet boom and launch an internet startup. In 1995, Elon Musk, Kimball Musk, and Greg Corey founded web software company Zip2 with funds from angel investors. They housed the venture at a small rented office in Palo Alto. The company developed and marketed an internet city guide for the newspaper publishing industry with maps, directions, and yellow pages. Musk says that before the company became successful, he could not afford an apartment and instead slept on the office couch and showered at the YMCA. They could only afford one computer, and according to Musk, the website was up during the day and he was coding it at night, 7 days a week, all the time. The Musk brothers obtained contracts with the New York Times and Chicago Tribune and persuaded the board of directors to abandon plans for a merger with CitySearch. Musk's attempt to become CEO, a position held by its chairman Rich Sorkin, were thwarted by the board. Compaq acquired Zip2 for $307 million in cash in February 1999. Musk received $22 million for his 7% share. In 1999, Musk co-founded XCOM, an online financial service and email payment company. The startup was one of the first online banks to be federally insured, and within its initial months, over 200,000 customers joined the service. The company's investors saw Musk as inexperienced and had him replaced with Intuit CEO Bill Harris by the end of the year. The following year, XCOM merged with online bank Confinity to prevent unnecessary competition. Founded by Max Levchin and Peter Thiel, Confinity had its own money transfer service, PayPal, which was more popular than XCOM's service. Within the merged company, Musk returned as CEO. Musk's preference for Microsoft software over Linux created a rift in the company and caused Thiel to resign. Due to resulting technological issues and a lack of a cohesive business model, the board ousted Musk and replaced him with Thiel in September 2000. Under Thiel, the company focused on the PayPal service and was renamed PayPal in 2001. In 2002, PayPal was acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion in stock, of which Musk, the largest shareholder with 11.7%, received over $100 million. In 2017, Musk purchased the domain XCOM from PayPal for an undisclosed amount, explaining it had sentimental value. In 2001, Musk became involved with the nonprofit Mars Society. He was inspired by plans to place a growth chamber for plants on Mars and discussed funding the project himself. In October of 2001, Musk traveled to Moscow to buy refurbished intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs, that could send the greenhouse payloads into space. He met with companies MPO, Lavkin, and Cosmostras. However, Musk was seen as a novice and was even spat on by one of the Russian chief designers. The group returned to the United States empty-handed. In February of 2002, the group returned to Russia to look for 3 ICBMs. They had another meeting with Cosmostras and were offered 1 rocket for $8 million, which Musk rejected. Musk instead decided to start a company that could build affordable rockets. With $100 million of his early fortune, Musk founded Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, traded as SpaceX, in May of 2002. As of 2021, he remains the company's CEO and also holds the title of Chief Engineer. After 3 failed launches, SpaceX succeeded in launching the Falcon 1 in 2008. It was the first private liquid-fueled rocket to reach Earth's orbit. Later that year, SpaceX received a $1.6 billion commercial resupply service program contract for 12 flights of its Falcon 9 rockets and Dragon spacecraft to the International Space Station, replacing the Space Shuttle after its 2011 retirement. In 2012, the Dragon vehicle berthed with the International Space Station, a first for a private enterprise. Working towards its goal of reusable rockets, in 2015, SpaceX successfully landed the first stage of a Falcon 9. Landings were later achieved on an autonomous spaceport drone ship, an ocean-based recovery platform. In 2018, SpaceX launched the Falcon Heavy. The inaugural mission carried a Tesla Roadster as a dummy payload. In 2017, SpaceX unveiled its next-generation launch vehicles and spacecraft system, Big Falcon rocket, which would support all SpaceX launch service provider capabilities. In 2018, SpaceX announced a planned 2023 lunar circumnavigation mission, a private flight called Dear Moon Project. In 2020, SpaceX launched its first manned flight, the Demo 2, becoming the first private company to place a person in orbit and dock a crewed spacecraft with the International Space Station. SpaceX began development of the Starlink constellation of low Earth orbit satellites in 2015 to provide satellite internet access, with the first two prototype satellites launched in February of 2018. A second set of test satellites and the first large deployment, a piece of the constellation, occurred in May of 2019, when the first 60 operational satellites were launched. The total cost of the decade-long project to design, build, and deploy the constellation is estimated by SpaceX to be about $10 billion. Originally, Tesla Motors was incorporated in July 2003 by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tappering, who financed the company until the Series A round of funding. Both men played active roles in the company's early development prior to Musk's involvement. Elon Musk led the Series A round of investment in 2004, joining the Tesla's board of directors as chairman. Musk took an active role within the company and oversaw Roadster product design, but was not deeply involved in day-to-day business operations. Following a series of escalating conflicts in 2007 and the 2008 financial crisis, Eberhard was ousted from the firm. Musk assumed leadership of the company as CEO and product architect in 2008. A 2009 lawsuit settlement with Eberhard designated Musk as a Tesla co-founder, along with Tarpenning and two others. Tesla first built an electric sports car, the Roadster, in 2008, with sales of about 2,500 vehicles. It was the first serial production all-electric car to use lithium-ion battery cells. Tesla began delivery of its four-door Model S sedan in 2012. A crossover, the Model X, was launched in 2015. A mass-market sedan, the Model 3, was released in 2017. As of March 2020, it is the world's best-selling electric car, with more than 500,000 units delivered. A fifth vehicle, the Model Y crossover, was launched in 2020. The Cybertruck, an all-electric pickup truck, was unveiled in 2019. Under Musk, Tesla has also constructed multiple lithium-ion battery and electric vehicle sub-assembly factories, such as Gigafactory 1 in Nevada and Gigafactory 3 in China. Since its initial public offering in 2010, Tesla's stock has risen significantly. It became the most valuable car maker in summer of 2020. It entered the